Good evening and welcome back. So today I want to jump back into Blender and probably mostly Substance Painter to create the kind of reworked tree that I had here, because I don't like this one that much, but I kind of like the idea of it. So let's jump into Blender and have a look at the tree. So here we have the trunk high, and this is the low poly for it. So let's export all those pieces out and then import them into Substance Painter and have a look what we can do there. So I think I might need to combine them, or I'm combining them later. I think I just create the trunk first, and then the rest. Yeah, let's export this out. Let's see. Export FBX. Let's take our preset here. And let's see. Don't really have a folder for trees, so let's. Oh, I can't create folders here, can we? Show folders. Create your directory. Okay. Trees. That's the tree. Trunk. Low? That's the one I have selected, right? Yeah. No, I have high selected, so let's jump in and rename that. Models, trees, and this is our high poly. And then get the low poly. And this is the leaves. Then leaves high. Okay. Let's throw those in Substance Painter. Let's create a new thing here. That would be Unreal Engine. And let's select the file. And let's start with the trunk. That's okay. Mesh normal maps and baked maps for all. No. So let's do this, and then we need to remember how to do that stuff. Okay, normal, high definition. Let's grab that. And let's just bake all of these. Let's see what we get from that. Okay, that doesn't look that good. I think the problem is that the low poly is a bit too low. I think we might need to add a bit to it, so let's change that. So let's take our low poly and let's add in our multi-res and let's do subdivide. I think that's a bit better. Yeah, let's apply that and let's export that out. So trunk low. And let's do the same with our leaves here. So quite sure we have the same issue here. Hello, how are you today? That's our leaf slip. Okay. So let's jump back in here and go to project configuration and select the new low poly. Okay. And let's do a new bake. Okay, it looks a bit better. Still a few issues here and there where we can see some lines and stuff like that, but once I throw texture on it and proper normal information, that should be good. Okay, let's have a look. So those are our textures here. Let's see, let's get a fill layer in here and let's create material. So for the height, let's get this one. Okay, that looks horrible. Awesome. So let's change the parameters here. Can't change the size. That's not good. Thought I could change the size of it. I'm streaming at 720p at the moment. The window that you see the stream in is probably a bit smaller than that. So the settings you get there are not really accurate. Hello, how are you? So how do I set this up properly? It's been a while since I did that. Since I worked with this, so brush pattern. No, that's not it. No, that doesn't work. Oh, here we go. We need higher scale, and we also need triplanar projection. It's fine. Life is fine. Everything else also mostly fine. So, it looks horrible. The only issue is that at the moment the temperatures here are quite hot. Yeah, I know that the rotation is wrong, so it should be like this. Just throw it on there and then wanted to test out size, but it's not really looking the way I want it to. My UVs might be horrible, but let's see. Yeah, I'm just playing around with it at the moment. So let's put this to 2. No, it needs to be higher. So let's put it to 5. But that doesn't look that good. Oh, I have the wrong noise here. That's also an issue. I want this one. That looks a lot better. Scale. Let's go for maybe 3. Well, this needs to be higher, so 6. And then intensity. Let's see. Hardness. I mean, most of it that we see is the trunk. So once that is looking okay, it's fine. The rest down here should be underground, so it doesn't matter that much. And the branches here also are not really visible because they are hidden by the leaves up there. I mean, a bit of it is visible, but I think that looks okay at the moment. Small issue here, but I think it might be fine. So let's see. Type by ratio. So I need to copy that. Contrast? Yeah, I can work with those. I'll use a moment later. I can add stuff to it, but at the moment I'm just throwing in the base setup here. So did I change anything on the parameters? Don't think so. So we should be able to just throw that on the base color as well. And then we should be able to color that. Yeah, we could do this. I could just try to figure out a brownish color. Okay, roughness should be higher. 0 metallic. give this 95 or so. No, it's just roughness, metallic, and normal. That's all that I need for it, basically. And I also get maps for that later. No, it's set up for Unreal, so Unreal is not using glossiness, but roughness, and that's basically the inverted glossiness that you get for Unity or stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. So now we can just throw levels on it, play around with that a bit, or let's see, what to do with that. I'm not sure if that's. Oh, no, I don't want red trees. Let's not add levels there. Oh, damn it, I should have left that open. Add filter. No. They really just closed that option and don't know where to get that back. Shader settings, no. Display settings, no. Properties, that's the one that I want. Okay. There we go. And let's add paint and see what we get with that. Okay, so here we can just, no, that's not what I want. Nope. Let's see what happens if I throw this in here. Okay, now I can give it a color here. So remove for this. I can just use it to color it. Should have remembered the color that I used before. It's a bit too dark. Still looks too shiny somehow. Let's see if I turn that off. Yeah, okay, here we can't really see if it is that shiny or not. And I think I need to add up the settings here. Scale. Oh, I think that's a bit too much. 8 maybe. Yeah, it is a bit too much, I know. Yeah, I think we can live with that. Or is that too much already? Too busy? He was saying that it's rough wallpaper. That was is the word. Sorry about that, yeah. Yeah. Not quite happy with that. see. If I put this to 1. It's still not looking that good, but don't think I can get more out of this. Because, I mean, now the kind of not texture is the right word. The surface looks okay to me with that value, but the detail is not there. I think this looks quite nice. Let's just try that and see if it looks off in game later. So let's see, we need let's see, do we need anything else on that? I don't want to add dirt or stuff like that to it now. I mean, I could try to add a bit of we can also remove this layer here, we don't need it. Can add a generator here. Let's color, maybe roughness, but the rest. Yeah, I could do that, yeah. But to be honest, I don't want to. It's a simple tree and it doesn't need that much work, I would say. We don't need edge wear. Let's see, dirt. No, all those aren't needed. So let's remove that. We don't need a generator here. I think it's fine for the moment. If it really looks horrible in game, then we can go back and add stuff to it. Kind of micro detail or stuff like that, but I don't think we need to. So let's see, export textures. Let's go to the folder here. Trees, and select that. And let's cancel this and change the default material name. This is trunk mud. And it didn't remember the folder. Awesome. Yeah, because I told it to cancel, so it didn't know that it needed to remember the folder. Okay, I think that's all we need here. Let's export those. Okay. And then let's just have a look here. Okay, that looks kind of wrong. Okay, awesome. What does this look like? Oh, yep. The base color is just brown, which is not good. Yeah, I'm still using old Blender, that's true. Okay, we did something wrong here. So it didn't really give us anything here. So the base color is filled with that, so it's not really doing what I wanted to do. Ah, damn it. Oh, by the way, some music in the background that I haven't tried. Used it. Oh, yeah, I heard it's still has a few bugs. Yeah, it's kind of why I didn't switch over. And the other thing is, I also use some plugins that are not completely done for 2.8. I mean, I could also leave it like this and then give it a color in Unreal. That way we have a bit more control over the color. Because I don't think I have something here that I can just add a multiply or something like that. Levels. No, base color. Nope. Oh wait, I can just... Can I just do this? Oh no, damn it. Come on. Damn chat. I hope chat is back, but I'm not 100% sure. I didn't show any dropped frames, so it's something... It's just a connection to the chat server that had some issues. Okay. Then do a multiply for this. Today I'm working on trees, as you can see. On textures for this tree here and figuring out good way to make it look okay. Not aiming for good looking because it's me. Yes. No, I didn't try it myself. I watched a bit of it, but the problem is that I'm not sure if I can create the trees I want with it, to be honest. And they would be completely kind of exploding as either overdraw issues and polygon count and stuff like that. So I'm going as low poly as I can and then try to fake stuff with textures. That's what I'm trying to do at the moment. And the thing is, I'm using that tree a lot. So I'm throwing in at least the same amount of trees as I do here, and maybe I'm changing a few in some areas. For instance, here I might add another tree to it, but there will be a lot of trees in here. And if they are too high poly, then it's kind of killing everything. So I'm trying to find a good medium and work with that. Yes, the issue with those was that I'll just switch them back just to show you what the issue is. I think it's one of these. I can show it to you here. If I look at the shader complexity, this is quite bad. And if I look at the shader complexity here, it's not that bad. So just changing the tree here, we get that. That's all the transparency and a lot of overdraw issues as a result, and I don't want to do that. I want to kind of get rid of that. And I also got rid of the other trees that I had over here, because they were even worse. I mean, these trees look okay. They look like trees. And I kind of like them, but I don't like the overdraw issues that I get because of them, and want to have something else there. So I kind of threw my old tree that I had back in here, and probably not, but they also have another issue, because if you look at the tree, one side is kind of devoid of leaves, and no, it wasn't red, it was white. It was even worse than red. I mean, red is okay. Red is here. It's already bad, but white is extremely bad. Yeah, and the issue is that these trees, for some reason, have only kind of one side of them with leaves, and the other one is not having leaves. I don't know why, and sadly all of them are like that. Not sure. I don't think this one. Oh, okay, this one isn't like that, but they all have an issue on top here that looks strange to me somehow. Kind of how they were created. I think this looks strange to me. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, but still, this could be an issue for lower spec machines. Might not be an issue for this one, but I'm not sure. I mean, okay, this is already quite bad. And it's even worse in this part where we have overlapping. But Doesn't need to be. Okay, let's see. Let's go here and contrast slightly. Does it get darker? Okay, this way gets a bit more light. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay, the metallic should be 0. That's good. Let's push that out slightly. Okay, let's try this. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that should be color there. I haven't worked with this in some time. I don't know where to set the damn material here. Where can I tell the material to use the texture that I have here? I mean, I can just throw it into Unreal and see if it looks okay there, but it's a bit strange. Let's see. Trees. Oh wait, no. Don't create a material, but use one of my master materials for that. And that's substance import. Let's use that. No. That's the normal. That's the PBR. Save that. Looks a bit dark. Yes and no, I won't, because I don't have the money for it. Because good trees are quite expensive. And they also always don't look the way I want them to be. It's kind of my issue. I mean, I already bought these and thought they were good, but kind of deciding against it. Maybe I just need to do a test months of speed tree and try that out, but I'm not sure. Chinese. Okay, it's better, but it's a bit too reddish, I think. I think we can live with that for the moment. So let's save this. Yeah, it's... No, wait, no, this is just the tree trunk, so this will be tree trunk. Then we should be okay. Oh, let's give it a 1. Okay, so let's create a new file. Get the leaves. Take all this. No, I don't. Okay, I might need to widen the cage a bit for that. Yeah, you can do it like this, yeah. Just... Let's see. Is it better? Nope. Let's go crazy with this. Let's see what we get from that. Nope. I'm not saying that I can make better trees than stuff that I would buy somewhere. I'm just saying that I can make trees that fit more to my vision on my own. Doesn't mean that they look better than other ones. Sure what the value was here before. Let's not use a cage. Oh, we don't have a cage file. Oh, damn it. Yeah. Ah, that looks better. Looks at least less blocky. More like the rough sculpt that I did. Yeah, definitely. Should be. Oh, you mean the low poly? Should be. Isn't. Yeah. Okay, that makes it a bit better. Oh yeah, yeah, smooth. It is, definitely. I mean, grass is relatively simple. You either take, you either do it like you do hair strips, or you do it like really low poly, yeah, triangles basically, or stuff like that. So, and then just throw more of them in a bunch. Yep. Okay, so now I need to redo that. Damn it. So let's export those out again and fix that. Sure. Drop here. Okay, let's bake those again. Yeah, trees are always quite expensive if they look okay or look good, let's call it that way. And I had the crazy idea to go realistic with my art style, and I'm kind of dreading it at the moment, but okay. I mean, those trees will also not look realistic, so. But I kind of want to go for some, let's call it stylized realism. "60 FPS. Let's have a look at that. No. Let's just search for trees. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Ah, damn it. There's always the shader complexity picture missing by stuff like this. Because that is important for trees. Especially if you have a lot of them standing next to each other like this. Let's see, do they have video here? Can they show that? No, it's just flies through the forest. No shader stuff, damn it. Oops. Damn it. I'm quite sure they do, but that's a lot of money again. Damn it. Yeah. You can do it like this, yeah, that's high poly, yeah. But you can also go a bit more low poly with it. And though, wait, are those... Okay, those are just cards, so no, it's okay. I mean, if you render them out to just use kind of a thin card for this, for each of these leaves, basically, then you can make it a lot better. Yeah. But with these, you have a lot of overdraw. If you look at this, there's a lot of transparency on those cards. And that could cause issues. So if you make the cards really thin, then it's better. Yeah, definitely. It's just something that I noticed on these. And it was all kind of grass and bush elements that are not just triangles like these here. And on lower end machines, that causes issues. The transparency overdraw variations here. if the graphic card is not that good, or the specs of the machine are not that good, then you get issues with stuff like this. You have a lot of overdraw because of transparency. I mean, on, let's say modern machines, it shouldn't be an issue, but if you have an older PC or laptop, stuff like that could cause issues at some point. I mean, you could also go the way, fuck it, let's go only for high-end machines and then push everything in, but that's usually not a good way to reach a wider audience, kind of. Because not everyone has PCs that can handle stuff like that. Yeah, and these kind of looked better when I bought them, but they're not that good. I mean, these are okay, but nah. I think I can just use those for the moment and then put a bit of money aside to buy better ones at some point. Oh, I can't copy that. Okay. Okay, so we are not doing trees today. What are we doing then? Let's find something to do. Let's see. You could start working on the cliffs a bit more. So figure out what I need to do to make the cliffs here look better with rocks like these. So if I'm throwing those here, would they be better as foliage? Or just... I can make them... Oh, I'm not on the right level, am I? So those are in town. Let's open up town. And it's crushed. Yeah, awesome. That's kind of the issue of the tool that I just used. That in some cases it is crashing the engine. I can't talk today. So that's not good. Let's have a look at something. I just had a crazy idea. At the moment, I'm mostly unemployed. Let's call it that way. And I have a certificate in game programming and a certificate in game design. Yep. But I have a quote-unquote job that I go to every day. Ouch. Yeah, no. I went to school for them, but they are not something that I can really use because the state doesn't recognize them as legit certificates, and most companies know the school in Germany at least, but I don't have enough experience to properly work in the industry. And that is my issue at the moment. I didn't get a job after finishing the certificates, apart from an internship where they used me as a full-time employee, but only paid me a lot less than minimum wage. And at the time they should have paid me minimum wage, but they didn't, and they didn't want to change my contract, and that was one of the reasons they didn't hire me afterwards. Let's have a look at that. Ah, that's interesting. How do they look up close? That's the thing is, in some cases, these trees look good from a distance and horrible up close, or the other way around. And that's kind of the issue I had with the trees that I bought. And they look okay from a distance, but up close they looked a bit strange. And if you really looked at them, then they also looked a bit strange. That was Diffuse Studios, Realistic Trees 1. Okay. So, do their bushes look like? Let's throw those in. Ah, nope, nope, nope. Back. Add to cart, not buy now. Damn it. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. Okay. Okay, so it looks like they also are quite active if you have some issues. Okay, yeah, let's see. That's $21 for a few trees and a few bushes. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking about it first before buying them. I mean, let's have a look. What do I have? So let's load. Let's load this level. Okay, I have 5k of these trees in this level alone. I think if I go for the persistent, yeah, it's just that level. It's 1k in this level, so I have a lot of trees here. So might run into similar issues. Yeah, okay, that's true, yeah. But I mean, if I just take those two levels with a lot of trees where the main forest is, basically, and if I have a look at those tree-wise, then we are at 5k and we are at... Okay, we are at about 7k. Trees. Yeah, the thing is, you should be able to stand up here and just look around and see all the trees. Be they just billboards in that distance, but they should be there. And in some cases they will be kind of imposters if they are really, really far away. I'm not talking about bushes and grass. Grass is turned off. As you can see, this is... And now the grass is gone. You can even see it if you look at the bushes here. Now they're gone. So that's also happening in game. But the trees are a different matter. Okay. Doesn't matter at the moment. Okay, yeah, like I said, trees, I need to look into what I'm doing with those. Either jumping into speed tree and try to create my own or buy them, I'm not sure. But there are a lot of other issues that I can do here. So what I wanted to do was load up the town level and have a look at these pieces here. Then convert them to instances. But are these different? Yes, they are. Okay. I mean, there are some trees that have just roots that go straight down. Other trees have roots that go extremely wide and all that stuff. So it's different in different areas. Yeah, if you want to have a look at it like that, then it would be a really tall tree, like kind of a pine tree or something like that, turned upside down for some trees, yes. Even though they would not go in to the end, but kind of out to the end, if you know what I mean. Yeah, you can also go with that, yeah. They also have quite different root networks and stuff like that. But luckily, I don't need to think about stuff like that for game dev. It's just how many trees do I want to have here to block off the view? How many trees do I want to have here so that if I look at them from above, it still looks like a really thick forest and stuff like that. So that's kind of my way of looking at it. And I can definitely throw away a lot of trees there because in some cases we have trees that are inside other trees because the foliage tool is a bit strange sometimes. Look, that might be. I think I already cleaned out a bit of that, but in some cases it didn't really work. I mean, these might be a bit too close. Yeah, this one in the middle, it could be moved somewhere else, maybe here, so it makes a bit more sense. Yes, in this case, yes. Okay, wireframe, you can't see much. Collision, no. Oh yeah, you have the overdraw issue. In the grass is really simple that I'm using here. I mean, it has a texture on it, but the mesh is quite simple. And it doesn't have transparency. So that's why I can use a lot of them. I find it a bit too pointy, that's kind of my issue, but I'm finding things to nitpick on everything, so ignore me on that. Yeah, the issue is that I have a really slow game. There's no pressure, so you're not running through the forest. Um, you walk through the forest and can look at everything. And if you see, oh, the grass is really pointy, then yeah, okay, then the grass is pointy. Then it's just me that might have issue with that. Yep, that's why all the other flowers are in here as well. So to mix it up a bit, and I might also add a few rocks and stuff like that to that. So it's not just the grass. I mean, you really see it when you look at it from above, but that's rarely the case. What? I kind of lost what you were talking about. 1/3 triangle straw is quad straws plus A. Not sure what you mean by that. Oh, those are not mine. I didn't create those. I would be happy if I could create those, but I don't. Those are from. Where is it? This pack. I think. Yeah, I think it's these. Yeah, I might also have pushed the height of them a bit too much. That's why they look a bit too pointy. Yeah, those are all the flowers and all that stuff. Do they have on other packs? Oh yeah, that was the thing. Their stuff is quite expensive. Yeah, but then we go for higher poly count. Yeah. I need to look into stuff that I want to buy. I will look into these packs here, if they are okay or not, and also might look into these. But you see the price here for. I mean, you get a lot of trees for it, but where's the here? Get these different trees, and I think you also get different texture variations for these. Could be, yeah. Could be. I'm not sure. Haven't looked at that yet. Yeah, that's also another thing. Bought assets like this you can find in a lot of games, especially open world games use a lot of assets like that. And you can find trees in other games. That's also why I kind of wanted to create my own. Yeah. But it's the big problem is I can't create everything on my own, which means I need to buy a few things, and I don't have the time for that. To be honest, because I should finish the game at some point and not work on it forever, basically. I mean, I'm already doing that kind of, but I really don't want to spend too much time with it. I'm, yeah, like I said, I'm already spending too much time on things that I should just push to the side and either buy or completely ignore. Yeah, and I think with grass and trees, it's not that important. If I were to buy, for instance, cheap you saw there, and they do not fit to the characters that I have, or they do not fit to the rest, then that's more obvious. But foliage like that shouldn't be an issue. Yeah. Yeah, that's good practice, definitely. Um, Always try to create it on your own, but then see the limits and do something else. I mean, I kind of did that at some point and created this tree and thought, oh, there's this tree I could use, and then I threw it away because it didn't fit and I didn't like it and other stuff. And then I bought this pack of trees. But when I bought it, I didn't see the issue that some of them looked a bit strange. And I'm also missing kind of variety with them. And that's the other issue, is that I kind of wanted to have the foliage kind of out of one or two different sources so that the variety of quality is not that high. Yeah, okay, that's something else. But those are kind of game kits that they use, kind of pre-created game modes and with kind of sample graphics on. And sometimes the sample graphics are quote unquote good enough to then throw it out and sell it. I'm not the biggest fan of those blocky games. I played a lot of Minecraft, but at some point I couldn't see Minecraft anymore. And any game that looked like Minecraft kind of was the same. And that's why I don't like those the blocky art style, because I had too much of it at some point. Same goes for the something that's a bit overused at the moment is this style here, because it was for free in some cases. I have it here somewhere. That free kind of character set, something like this. Yeah, just colors and style like that, and those are also kind of overused already. Poly art style, they call it. Okay. There was different pack with these as well. Yeah, something like this. This is also a bit overused, I think. Because you can just easily throw all that in and put, yeah, they do. Because you get a lot of stuff like that. And you can also easily create those assets in some cases. Even the cars are a bit more, need a bit more work than the trees, basically, or stuff like that. But they're not that expensive, I think. Yeah. I mean, you get full sci-fi pack for $130. Yeah. And that also gives you a lot of variation to play around with. You can just, for instance, here you can just set parts of it glowing and then give it a different color. It looks completely different. That's true. Yeah, that's also true. It looks simple, but to make it really look good, all art is kind of hard to make, basically. I mean, in this case, they just don't use textures. That's kind of the thing that's um, kind of the thing for this kind of art style. Um, just use colors and yeah, definitely. Um, let's look for poly art. Ploy art. Poly art. Yeah, but that's kind of an art style. That's what I meant. That art style where they just use flat shading and no textures on it. I mean, okay, these here are different because they have textures. They look a bit better, slightly, but yeah. Definitely, yeah. I mean, I tried to do kind of a low poly style at some point and just use noise materials for everything, and it just didn't look good because I wasn't good at it. And I kind of switched to kind of stuff like this. I think I still have these. So let me have a look. Let's see. Should have these still. This is something that I created at some point. But it also has a texture. It's not just color. There's a kind of pattern here. Oh, that. Let's see. And I never really I never played a Zelda game, and I also never played Breath of the Wild. But I really like the kind of art style of Breath of the Wild because they go slightly into realism, but still stay a lot of really stay stylized with everything, which is good mixture, I think. Yeah, I never had the consoles. Never had a Nintendo console. It's not really my fault. I mean, it's my fault that I haven't done it by now. Now that I have access to stuff like that, but um, I just don't like that really old look anymore because I just never grew up with it. It's too simple, kind of. Yeah, it is expensive here as well. So, I mean, I watched people play it, and that was enough for me. So, I like the art style. I like um, the way that you can navigate through the world and stuff like that. But it's not enough for me to buy Switch because most of the games on Switch I don't like. I mean, okay, that's from someone who bought a PlayStation for Horizon Zero Dawn and hasn't even finished it yet. So I should talk. Should be silent. Um, yeah, more cross-platform would be awesome, but it will never happen. You will always have exclusive deals and stuff like that because people get paid for that. It's as easy as that. I mean, you can see it on PC even if you look at the Epic Game Store. Developers get paid for exclusivity for 1 year. So, yeah, definitely they do that. Why not? Why shouldn't you? But at the same time, you don't get your game out to all the platforms, which is also negative. Yeah, for older games, yes, that's true. But there's still a lot of games you can't really emulate because it takes too much processing power to work good emulators and stuff like that. So that's true. That's true. Yeah, they are. Okay, I didn't know that. I was just thinking about PlayStation emulators that still have issues with PlayStation 3 games and high-end PCs. So that's something I looked at some point, but because of the lack of good emulators, I stopped doing that. So I bought a PlayStation. And I also thought that at some point I will sit down and play all the other games that are exclusive, but I didn't. Because I really have problems with the controller. I kind of grew up with mouse and keyboard, and I am hopeless at a controller. Yeah, I grew up with Commodore 64, Amiga, and then PC. So always mouse, keyboard, and the old style joystick, not gamepad or something like that. And who did the thing? Thank you for the follow. Perspective. Oh, I still have one flying around somewhere. I'm not quite sure if it has the old time plug, so I might need to have get a converter to USB. But I still have one of those flight sticks, basically, somewhere around here. But I haven't played games like that in ages, so. Hello, how are you? Long time no see. How are you and what you're up to? Oh, what did you do in the meantime? Okay. Yep. Work always gets in the way, I know. Somehow you need to pay those pesky bills. should have more of these. Somehow, yeah. Takes a bit longer than I anticipated, but it does. Okay, so this is double the height. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so if I put this here, does that look okay? I would need to push out the terrain here slightly so it fits. Or push it back here. So okay. Have fun, and thanks for stopping by and the talk earlier. So let's push this down slightly. Let's see, can we push this back? Oops, that's too much. Okay, we can't do that a lot because it's forgot to add stuff to it there. And I can, yeah, let's just push this out a bit more. Let's have a look. These are in cliffs. Let's just unload all the rest here that we don't need. Let's first save all. Everything that changed is fine, so now we can unload those. Let's throw that in here. Okay. In the wait, here we could have used the half height thing. So let's move that out of the way and copy that over. No, nah, maybe not. But could fit here. Doesn't. Okay. Yeah, no, it's just a bit too short. Yeah, that's what it does. It's the instance tool, it's called. It's creating instances. You can convert to hierarchical instant static meshes or instant static meshes. And it's not that expensive. So I can recommend it if you are working with stuff that repeats a lot, like modular pieces here or cliffs like that. Thank you. And welcome. How are you? Yep, that definitely is a long time. I'm fine. It's a bit too warm for my taste here, but apart from that, I'm fine. I mean, the temperature is not the issue today, because today it was only 27, maybe 28 degrees Celsius, but the humidity was a bit too high for my taste, so it was in Germany. Yep, it is. It's summer here, so it gets a bit hotter sometimes. But I mean, it's a bit better than last year where we had almost 40 degrees and that on more than one day. So it's slightly better this year. Maybe you are. I don't know. No, I have few friends that also like the heat, but um, for me, everything above 25 degrees and over 60% humidity is way too much. I'm dying kind of from stuff like that, so it's not really my temperatures and my climate. I mean, dry heat is always better than kind of high humidity and high temperatures. Then I don't have an issue with temperatures up to 30 degrees or maybe or something like that. But um, I'm not sure what the humidity today was, but it was too much for me kind of left the house and was already sweating like crazy, and when I was at work, it wasn't better, so it's kind of an issue there. Oh, music is gone again. Let's just play this again. Yeah, you can. Go for it. Okay. I kind of want to push these back a bit more. Just one of these. Ah, damn it. I knew it. Yeah, here I have the issue that this wall is quite thin, so it would be visible. And the resolution is kind of bad, so we have that thing here. So I might just throw a few small rocks on there. You can post links as long as you tell me what they are before posting. Then otherwise I'm ignoring them basically. Don't get timed out for that. Just level this out a bit slightly here. Okay. Interesting. Do you need to put the games in yourself, or is this something that you can connect and it will be filled out automatically? Okay. So I won't put my Steam library in here because I wouldn't be done filling it out next year. It's a bit too big. Yeah, I think I might just continue those around here. But I think I will stop for today, because sadly that time again where I need to go. And let's see who we can raid. It's online, let's see. Oh, let's say who's online and is doing game dev. That's kind of to go for here. Okay, we have first Crimson, Electric Armory. Let's go for... Let's have a look what they're doing. Then decide. Play animation stuff. And he's... Oh, he's doing poly style. Let's go with Crimson and kind of talk about his poly style game. Okay, I will be back tomorrow, and if you want to join on the raid, stay in chat. I'm muting myself, and yeah, thanks for stopping by, everyone, and thanks for the link and the talk earlier and stuff like that. So see you tomorrow. Bye bye.